What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me on this episode of the podcast. And I've been really excited for this episode to come out because we are on the mic with such a dope b-boy. He goes by Anya. I hope I'm saying that right. You'll hear throughout the episode. I say it wrong a lot. I actually thought it was Aya. You probably know him from Downtown Crew or Lay Rats. Aya the Flyer. He's a super, super chill dude. I really loved our conversation. He gets deeper into his approach to the dance and also his mentality around battles and his crew. So, really, really dope stuff. Thank you, Anya, for joining me on the mic for this episode. So, yeah, let's get right into it. What's going on, guys? Wolfie here, and welcome to the CYPHER. On this podcast, I get on the mic with B-boys and B-girls, and they share with you their knowledge and experience to help you become a better dancer. It's my goal with this show to help you, so let's get right into this episode. Joining me on the mic today is Anya Brown Carvalho. In Canada and probably in the States too, you probably know him as Aya, aka the Flyer. Organizer of the Vortex Jam, professional dancer, DJ, capoeira teacher, representing Lay Rats, and from Downtown Crew. Born in 1993 in France from a Brazilian father and a British mother, both professional dancers and capoeira masters, started breaking in 2008. Evolving with the influences from his origins and everything that he touched along the way, he's putting all of it back in his arts and living the most that he can with everything that he does in his life. Flow first, not only a crew code, but also a way of life, also followed by flavor yourself that goes with it for him. Through all of these things, it created the style that some call the flyer. Flowing and flying, the most of it. But not only, it's water, but it's also fire. It's earth, but it's also air. It's trying to control the discontrol of the mind, the heart, and the body. That's dope, Anya. Hope you're ready to get on the mic. How you doing, man? You ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dope. Thanks for being on the show, man. Pretty stoked to have you.
Well, thank you for inviting me to that show. I'm pretty excited because it's like my first interview like this. So, yeah, I was looking forward to it also.
Cool, man. Well, I've been following you guys for a little while. I've been following you specifically for a while too, so I'm really excited. So let's
Appreciate it,
just
bro.
yeah, for sure. All right, so let's just get into it by telling us a little bit more about what you do outside of breaking and let us know about your personal life.
So what I do outside of breaking, well, I'm also a contemporary dancer, so I dance in theaters. I also give breaking class. So I teach breaking for kids and youngsters, also adults. Uh, I'm also a capoeira teacher, a DJ also since a year now, and yeah, I think a little bit that's it. I live from dance. Yeah, I'm pretty well with it.
Dope. Anything else outside of a dance and like physical activities?
Well, it takes a lot of my time, so I guess video games. Yeah, video games. That's the thing that I do when I'm not dancing or DJing or yeah, or traveling. When I'm at home, yeah, I like to like just relax and play some video games like I used to when I was a teenager.
Dope. Yeah, unwind a little bit. Nice. All right. Well, let's get into it. Maybe a little bit of how you started breaking and how you discovered breaking, and we'll go from there, man.
First time I saw breaking, I think I was a kid because I always like remembered, yeah, in my memory, I always like knew that breaking existed, but I never came to start before I was 15 years old. Um, I always wanted to, but nobody was there to teach me how to break. So until I was 15, and I found like breaking class in a small town where I used to live and where my parents still live right now. yeah, until then I wasn't breaking. I did gymnastics for like 6, 7 years when I was kid, and I did 1 year of basketball also.
Nice.
And yeah, and that's it. Straight after, at 15 years old, I started breaking, and right now, so it's yeah, this was like 10 years ago, and yeah, a little bit more than 10 years,
Cool.
and
And
that's
and
how I
where
started breaking. Yeah,
nice. And where was this?
the breaking class.
Yes.
It was in Combourg. It's a really small town, a little bit lost in the middle of nowhere, but it's not far from Rennes, which is quite a big city, student city.
Hmm.
Well,
And
big for France, not big compared like to big cities in USA or Canada, but yeah, for France, it's a big city.
dope. And what was the breaking community like over there?
Just beginners, only beginners. My teacher was a woman. Her name was Véronique, and she was also a jazz teacher. Yeah, modern jazz dance teacher. And yeah, she taught me how to break like for yeah 2 or 3 years. I took her class. Between them, I met some guys in Rennes, in that big town, big city, and I started to train with them, and they started to teach me also while I was like still going to that class, and that's how I started.
Nice. And those guys you're with, or maybe you can tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that
sure.
first crew. Was it Les Rats?
No, Lerat is like kind of it's not new because we know each other since a while, but
Hmm.
the name is new. The fact that we are together under that name is new. But no, these guys, they was called like their crew was Monkey Style. I wasn't part of that crew, but they were like giving me a lot of information, bringing me to battles. Um, I could watch, learn a lot. They gave me a lot of tips, a lot of videos also that I could see that I didn't knew before. I discovered like freestyle session with them.
Nice.
So yeah, it was like yeah, they were like my big brothers into breaking, and they're still like that right now, even if they don't break anymore. But yeah, we still hang out together when we have time. It's still family.
That's awesome. And then so they stopped breaking. Who are you breaking with these days then?
These days, so I break with my crew Les Rats, which is in Rennes, and that's my hometown crew. So there's my little brother Kai. He started breaking with me also. I was his teacher, and inside the crew there is also Dylan. He's not known, and he's just coming back from a lot of injuries right now. So I think maybe we'll see him like maybe later on in the in a couple years.
Nice.
And Romaric also, Roms. He was breaking also with Kai like Dylan and Rascal because they're younger than me. So basically, it was at the meantime they had their crew, but they grew up and we made something together also. So that's how the crew was born. But before this, that's also the funny
Yeah.
part is that we were a part of the same crew with a different name, which was Nemesis. But one guy that he kind of like wanted to create the crew and put that name on it. He just quit the crew because me and Kai were doing like other things with from downtown. and it was working. I think he got a little bit pissed off, and he just quit. But anyway, he was like dancing with another crew, with Bad Trip crew. So, well, yeah, it was like a little bit confusing, but still, it's fine right now. And so, since he's gone, and we wanted to like change the name to also put a name that look a little bit more like us. So that's why Les Rats, because we always like train most of the time outside. Les Rats is also a TV show in France, like a funny comic TV show.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit in that spirit.
Cool, man. And then what about from
From
downtown?
downtown, yeah, from downtown. So at the same time that we created Nemesis, me and Kai, we got into From Downtown. So how do we get into From Downtown? Well, basically, the creator of the crew From Downtown was the creators were Evan, Carl, Kilakim, and Kyle. So I was working with Ivan in the same dance company back in the days, and so yeah, we were like always together. Ivan, me, and the two brothers that taught me breaking, Jimmy and John Ross. Yeah, we were all together always the whole time because we were working, going on tour, and so that's how I got to know Evan. Then I met Killer Keen. Then we went to IBE together 1 year. So I met with Cisco that I already have met a little bit before, but then I got to meet like all these guys a little bit more often, and it went just like this. We just like were like dancing together, chilling together, and so we were like, yeah, why not? Why not just be part of the same crew? And
Dope.
that's how it was done. So
Dope. That's awesome. And like from I guess an outsider looking in, watching the battles online, you guys just seem so tight and like so in sync with one another.
yeah, well, that's it's also the definition of a crew for us is like family. We have to trust in each other. We have to support each other. We have to be honest with each other. We have to tell when it's right, when it's wrong, and anyway, like, yeah, we gotta stick together.
Love it, man. That's awesome. It seems like you have a long history of dance, like not even just dance, but you said like contemporary, some capoeira.
Yeah. Well, basically, my parents are dancers. So yeah, I was born in a dance family. I didn't want to live of dancing. I was like totally uh, opposite to that idea. I didn't want to at all. This was like because I saw like my parents struggling at the beginning of my life with dancing, with trying to make a living from it, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I want to make money, live easy. Actually, I wasn't caring about dancing at all. So so yeah, that's that's the funny part of it also.
Yeah.
So yeah, but because I was naturally dancing without thinking about it, since I was a kid. Plus I was like doing capoeira since I was a kid. Then at I think it was age 16 or 18, I got my uh, teacher grade from capoeira.
Nice.
So I started to give capoeira classes. Um, yeah, and all these things. Yeah, because my parents are both capoeira masters. and contemporary dancers. My mom studied dance at Laban, and my father studied dance in Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. And he was like one of the first black men to go into a high dance school, like a big dance school. So that was a big thing at back in the days, and right now he's like well known in Salvador for that thing. And
Wow, that's incredible.
his name is Armando Pequeno. If you guys want to search a little bit from him. And yeah, well, this is for my parents. So what was the question yet?
Don't worry, I'll bring it back. So maybe you can tell us how your parents influenced you. I guess the capoeira influence and the contemporary influence. How did that influence your breaking?
Well, I think it's like just in the way I move. I think it goes through it, naturally. I'm not trying to mix up. Not at all. It's just that it's like that because I did all that work before. I tr- I just naturally move like this. But when I break, I'm trying to make it like if it wasn't like if you couldn't see that I was practicing capoeira or contemporary. I like to keep like the that breaking essence to the fullest, and keep it and just like yeah, keep it like this.
Right.
So it helps me a lot, but um I'm trying to like yeah, not not lose the nature of breaking.
Gotcha. And so how would you describe your style then?
I will say there's those guys, good friend of me, the B-boys from Battalion's crew in Newcastle in England. They call me, they used to call me like many times flyer. 'Cause it's like, they were like, wow, it's like you fly. And my name is Ayan. But in English, everybody says Aya, so they called me flyer. Kind of liked it.
Oh,
So I think we can call it like this, the flyer.
that's dope.
So it's a little bit like yeah, I like to control everything I do. Just play on my hands with the music, play with my footworks also, top rocks. I like to play with everything, every aspect of breaking. So it's just that until one point, I always want to go on my hands and just like find something, find a way, crash and catch up with something else. And this is how I do basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, those guys at battalions. I know Gribbs. I want to connect with Gribbs.
Yeah,
He's hella dope.
yeah, he is.
So yeah, you said well, so one thing I noticed a lot in when you dance is you're on your hands a lot, and you're so strong on your hands. Is that something that you train a lot?
Um, I don't think about it.
Hmm.
Basically, I don't think about it. Um, yeah, this is like I said, it's natural for me. I always liked to be playing on my hands since I'm a kid. I did gymnastics, and being on my hands doing handstands and those things are like the things that I used to do because I used to like it. So when I just go on my hands and play with it, I'm not thinking about, yeah, I'm gonna do this, this, this. No, I'm just letting that, yeah, just going with the flow, and that's it.
I love it. Yes,
Flow first.
your flow first. Your stack transitions and your big blowups is crazy. Is how did you I guess I know you said you just do it, you don't even think about it. There was probably a time where
I used to
I,
practice a lot these kinds of things.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can give you an example. There were like it's not a move because it's a handstand, but like the one handstand, I really
Yes.
wanted to do that move, and it was like I was obsessed about it. So I was like just waking up, doing it. Like every time I had like at least 1 minute in my day to do it, I would have been doing it, the whole time. And this is how I started to practice my one handstand. And yeah, right now I can do it like in kind of every situation. So I'm good with it right now because I did this, but I wasn't like stressed about it. It was just like something that I used to do because I wanted to do, like I said, naturally. I wasn't like thinking, yeah, I have to have it to that. Yeah, I have like 1 month to have that move. No, it's not like this. It's just like, yeah, I like to do it. So well, why am I not doing it? Yeah, let's go.
Totally.
Don't
Flow.
know if you got me, but
No, totally, I do. It's like what you said, flow first, and
yeah,
uh,
it's just like this. Everything I do, it's like this. It's just like I only do what I love. So I don't want to do something that I don't like. If I don't like one move, I won't do it. Or at least I can try to love it. Because there's sometimes you just want to do that thing also. You don't like to do it right now because you don't know how to do it,
right.
and that's a different thing. But still, only do what you love.
Cool. Well, maybe take us into your practices, and are you mostly like taking this kind of concept of I guess just being yourself, trying to be free, or do you
Yeah.
have very structured practices?
No.
Love it.
No, this is one thing. Oh, so I think that some b-boys, they need to like have a regular and organized trainings. Right? Because I live from dance. I mean, I dance the whole day, like every day. Even if it's not breaking, even if it's not, I'm not doing powers or freezes or things like this. Um, I don't train every day. Sometimes I don't train like for 5 weeks, and that, or maybe I will train once in those 5 weeks. And it's not really a training. It's more like I'm like just just freestyling, just doing my stuff. Because for me, a training is like you go in and you know what you're going to do. You need that move. You need to do this, to do that, and you already know because you have an objective, you know. But I'm not practicing like this, not anymore.
Hmm.
I, I'm more like, yeah, just let's go. Now that I have all these things, I just want to play with it, relax, not think. Yeah, get all that stress out, all these things in my life that are coming through my head. I don't want to think about it right now. I just want to dance, express myself, and play, have fun.
I love
So
that so much.
yeah, basically that's how I practice right now. And the more I practice like this, the more I like breaking, the less I like mainstream events, and the more I like small jams.
Gotcha. And it totally makes sense. Like in the smaller jams, I guess you can just be more of yourself.
Yeah, because there's no money prize that you're thinking about. Even if you don't
Hmm.
want to think about that prize or that thing that you will be world champion. These are things that comes into your head and you don't break free because it's there. And you think, okay, winning. And even if you try to get this off, it keeps coming back a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
that's it.
Cool, cool, cool. And is this kind of the same mindset that most of your crew has?
Yeah, most, not all, we don't think exactly the same about everything, you know?
Hmm.
But most of us, yeah, we're more like, yeah, about the events. Most of us think like this. But there's also like big events that you like to go because you can find everything. You know, there is the competition, but there is also the jam. And I think this is the competition is just an excuse to unite people together and party, you know? That's it.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Do you guys often train together as a crew, or are you mostly training by yourself then?
So because we live in different cities, I train a lot with Rascal, Rams, uh, Dylan, he's just coming back,
Hmm.
and my little brother Kai. Most of the time, I train with them because we all live in Rennes, so that's Les Rats. But with from downtown, we every month we try to set up at least one whole week together, where we will like chill, train, do some routine sometimes, yeah. Or anyway, most of the time also we see each other every weekend because we travel to events. We go together. So yeah, I mean, Killer Kim lives in Paris. Evan, he just moved to Germany right now.
Hmm.
Kyle lives in Paris. David lives in Strasbourg, which is like totally the opposite of where I live. So yeah, it's like different places. Cisco, I train a lot with Cisco also because he lives like 2 hours driving from my town,
Right.
so it's not that far.
Yeah, okay, that's dope. And so when you go into battles, even like these big competitions, are you really focused on what you're gonna do, or do you still kind of follow your mentality of being free and really, I guess, connecting with the music?
I try to follow it the most that I can, but sometimes I gotta be honest. Also, sometimes you're not feeling it. Sometimes you know that um, all these conditions, if they are, even if they are united to be for you to be and feel great, you're not in it, you know, sometimes, and it's just like this. So sometimes, yeah, you gotta think, okay, I know I can do this, I can do that, and I can do that. Okay, so think about like two skills, not two combos, skills. Okay, it's not
Hmm.
the same. And I will like just, okay, I know that I can do this and this, and if I see that I'm totally not in it by the time that I started to dance, okay, three skills. I know that I'm going to do this. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know that this will appear. If it doesn't matter also. Maybe it was better like this, you know.
Totally.
Otherwise, good. But most of the time, yeah, I just go inside. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just when I'm stressed, then I'll start to think. I'm like, okay, I have to do this and that. But then I dance like less better, you know. It's not it's not
Hmm.
as good as it could be.
Can you explain what you mean by skills?
For me, a skill is like only one move. You know, it's not a combo. It's not like you take one move plus a transition with another one. No, it's just one single move.
Hmm.
It's like a flash, you know. It's it can be a freeze, it can be a transition, but it's not like a combo of like three movements. No, it's only one move. For me, that's a skill. One skill.
Gotcha. So let's see if I can think of an example. Like one freeze that I know you do is from your feet you go straight into your shoulder freeze with your arms
Yeah,
straight. Would you call
that's
that
one.
a skill?
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
that's one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I understand.
So I know that I'm sometimes I like to throw it like different ways and get out of it different ways also. So I just know
Hmm.
that at one moment I will be in that position. Then what comes before and what come next, I don't know. I don't know what is coming next. I don't know what it how I'm going to go there, but what I know is I will be there.
Right. Let's just backtrack a little bit here. When it comes to, I guess you're creating your moves, is it just when you're free flowing through your practices
Most of the
and
time.
okay,
Most of
and
the
you just
time. But also sometimes it happens that I'm just like I'm just standing or laying down in my bed and I have like an idea, like a flash, like, whoa, okay, I gotta try this. I have to try this. You know? Sometimes it comes like this. And it happens sometimes that I just like sit there, but this is like maybe it happened to me like 3 times. You just you just like sit there, think, okay, I gotta find one move. But most of the time, these are the kind of moves that I don't keep because it's not it's not in my body language naturally.
right. And I think that's one thing I really like about your style is it is natural, and when you dance, it looks natural too.
Well, I mean, dance should be natural anyway, so it would be weird if it wasn't.
Yeah,
That's what I
totally.
think.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And sometimes in breaking, you don't see it as often as you feel you should.
Yeah. Well, that's because right now we're in like a time where competition are taking over the breaking like essence. And so there's like a lot of things that I think people are tempted to forget.
Totally. And what kind of advice would you give to somebody in a position like that? Or maybe something that you would change about the way they dance, or the way they train.
Like I said before, only do what you love, and plus that's the big plus. Um, go find some knowledge, take it, drink it, and then like take what you think is good and try to understand what you think is wrong. And if you still think that it's wrong, then maybe it's wrong for you. And so don't keep it, but keep it in mind. So yeah, just do what you love. Go search for knowledge. Go search for history, uh, where it comes from, and I think the most important is like to remember always why did we started to break. I think that's one of the most important things that we have to keep in mind. Why did we started? I started because I thought, well, the first thing that I thought when I saw breaking it was like, wow, fresh, like fresh. This was fresh, stylish. These kinds of words were the words that I thought when I first saw breaking. So for me, this is breaking is being fresh, being stylish. Even if you do like hardcore moves, it has to be fresh. If it's not, then it's not breaking. Well, this is my definition of breaking. Also, a small definition. You know.
Totally. Cool. And for knowledge and history, I totally agree. What would you say, in your opinion, are some good resources for finding this knowledge and this history?
Go to New York. First thing to do.
Nice.
This is one of the first things to do. Go talk to every every elders, every pioneers that you have in your town, and they will relate to other ones that will relate to other ones, etc., etc. These are the main things that I can like tell somebody that's looking for knowledge. Talk with people, exchange, Go look for documentaries, not only about breaking, not only about hip hop, but also documentaries about how was the Bronx back in the 70s, um, how people used to live, why did they start to break, and it was, yeah, and you will understand that it's just having fun. And if you're not having fun in a jam, then you're wrong. Then you're not doing it for the right reason.
Awesome. And yeah, totally agree. And this is, just scratching the tip of the iceberg, I guess.
Yeah.
If so, when you do go to these big jams, is the goal of the crew and not just yourself, is it to win?
Okay, so um, these big mainstream events, yeah, you cannot say that you go in there just to have fun. You have a goal. So our goal is not just to win, okay? If we can
Mhm.
win, it's good. But what we want to do is like shine, but not shine for us. It's like for breaking. We want to like to people to remember us, like that they get out of the even, and even if we lost in semis or quarter, they will remember our crew. And this is what we want to do. Like we, we want to be ourselves to the fullest, and we want people to know this also, to recognize it.
Totally. And it's something that I know it's probably a different level in person, but it transcends like even through video, and it's had such a, I don't know, a big impact personally. And I still remember you guys, and just your energy and your vibe when you guys are battling has really stuck with me. And it's something that I want to find with my crew and myself, to be honest.
Oh, thanks a lot. Well, we're not the first one to do it. Like I said, all these guys from that I mentioned before, uh, they are like they are they were the one that were doing it. I think these guys from Rocksteady and other crews back in the days, they were also doing it. It's just representing who you are in terms of person and crew. The crew identity with
Totally.
with the personal identities also. And so um and so yeah, I think like the ones that the other ones from United States that are doing this like since a decade right now are Squadron also,
Hmm.
even if they were doing it like way before they were Squadron, the name like Skill Methods, Boogie Brats, and other crews.
Yeah, Boogie Bracts,
Yeah,
Rock,
9180. Yeah,
yeah,
Rock
Rock
Force.
Force,
Yeah,
totally. Cool, man. But yeah, like I said, you guys always look like you're having so much fun. So,
sure. Well, we are. This is because we are. Sometimes, sometimes you can see also like in some battles that we are not having fun because it's not. Yeah, we're not feeling it the same, but we still like trying to have some fun, even if we're not having on the moment. I can talk about Battle of the Year France. Man, it was. I mean, yeah, it wasn't easy for us. Personally, I
yeah,
was affected by the fact that even if I knew that it would happen like it would have happened like this, but I was affected by the fact that we were third show and not first or second. Third, which is good, but I mean, this is the criterias of Battle of the Year. Anyway, I think it should be reworked. This is what I think. And so I was trying to have fun at the moment at the battle, but it was I wasn't, because in front of me I wasn't like, it wasn't like exchanging. It was just like trying to get the opponent down and not rising it up to, go to yourself, go harder on it also, it was it was a little bit difficult for us, but still it's a good experience, it's a good thing to experience as a crew.
Totally. It's like good or bad, it's always something to learn from. And
Yeah.
you said you thought it was difficult. Is it kind of because it doesn't line up with your crew identity?
No, no. It's because of I think there's to do with the break-in vision, maybe in France or in the times right now. So I think that they see things that they don't count as as uh, as points in the battle. I think like yeah, people count less about style, you know, so about looking fresh, about being unique. But yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Sometimes,
Maybe more about just like checking the boxes, like
yeah,
this. Okay.
yeah.
Right.
And the other point also is music. Uh yeah, I had like kind of a terrible time with the music. But anyway, it's like this.
Yeah,
We knew, so you can't complain if you know. So I'm not complaining about it. But I know also where I want to go and where I will go if I know that I'm paid to do it. 'Cause I don't want to do like events that doesn't fit in, well, where I cannot like at least have fun. So if I know that I'm not having fun, then I'm not doing it unless I'm paid, because it's a job.
right. Cool, man. Well, these types of experiences, I'm sure, like bring you guys closer together as a crew, and it's always a learning experience.
Yeah,
So,
it is. And I think it was good for us to do it because we proved to everybody that also we could do it. We haven't won that battle, but it was important for us. It was important yeah, for us, and I think for some people as well that follow us, to see that, yeah, we can do it our way. We didn't won, but we could have. It wasn't impossible.
mhm, totally,
So it's like, never mind. We're not doing it again, but never mind. It was a good experience.
totally. Yeah, and just have to move on.
Yeah,
Take what you can, and then on to the next.
yeah, that's the point. Always
Dope. Love it.
look at it as a positive thing, even if it wasn't like you want it to be, or like it wasn't like the best moment of your life. But anyway, it was a good moment in certain points also, to work together like for a lot of months. The fact that it's difficult and that you have to yeah, you have to like work with your friends, so it's totally different. Everybody has to adapt themselves. So yeah, this is a good point.
Cool, man.
This is a good
Definitely.
point. It like it unites more the crew. Well, with some crews it like doesn't work like this, but for us it was unifying.
Right.
I want to talk about like my inspiration also.
Oh
Like
yeah. Please.
I think I think I think I everybody knows physics is one of my main inspirations, but he's not the only one. I have also Kivo, Abstract, Remind, Born, Kamo, Ruin, Moy. I said boy? Yeah, maybe I said it. Yeah, Boy anyway, Kareem, Machine, Kirk, and many more, including my little brother Kai and my both of my crews. So these are my main inspirations from when I started until right now. Plus the guys that taught me also breaking, Jimmy and John Ross, all these guys. So these are,
Perfect.
yeah, my main inspirations in breaking. Yeah.
That's cool. I've got to ask, is there a particular reason why is I like to ask why these particular people inspired you?
They have something special, something unique, something you can see that, yeah, they live what they do. And this also is one of the main thing about breaking is about living, living what you do. They do it with love, and I don't know, they feel it. Yeah, and you can feel it also when you see it, even if it's on a video. You don't have to be there, even if when you're there, it's like crazier. Yeah, I
Totally.
watched a lot about all these guys. I watched a lot of tapes.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And you said your little brother inspires you too?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because he, like, this is what I like also. Kai is my little brother, but his style and my style has nothing to do. Like, it's totally opposite.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it helps me a lot. It gives me like a lot of motivation also, because I don't know, it's like this, you exchange and you give for someone gives you back, and yeah, I don't know what to say more about it. It's just like this.
For sure. Any other points before we close it out?
Um, Please, people, don't get lost in competitions. Yeah, I think that's also something. Do not take it like too too serious. If even if it is serious, but don't forget why you started. Don't forget why you started, and don't break to win. Do it because you love it. Uh, do it because you want to meet with people. You want to unite. You want to fight in another way, because yeah, it's all about love, and it's not all about money. It's not all about business. It's not all about if it's a sport or a dance. It's both. You know, it's yeah. I think people right now are trying to debate on things that sometimes you don't need that debate. It's
Hmm.
just keep it real. Don't fake. Don't fake attitudes. If you're not a gangster, don't play gangster. I don't play gangster. I'm not.
No, it's good, man. It's
Yeah,
all
I
about
think.
love at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it's all
and
about
and
love.
being yourself.
Yeah, being yourself. All about love, being yourself. Find yourself. Yeah, every time that you dance, you rediscover yourself every time in other aspects. If you truly are honest with you, with yourself, and with everyone when you dance, it's all about rediscovering you every time. Surprise you so you can surprise other people. Yeah, I think.
Perfect, man.
I think I'm good.
Awesome, man. And that's a good note to end on. A really very positive note. Aya, before we wrap up here, where can people go to see more of you and what you have going on?
So on Instagram at Aya Carv. Well, Aya. I don't know how you say that little down.
Oh, the squiggle.
That no 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 no. On Instagram, that
Oh,
that
sorry, the
little,
underscore.
yeah, the underscore. That's it. Yeah, Aya underscore Carvalho, and that's it. That's my Instagram. Otherwise, there's also the From Downtown account, which is From Downtown 000. And my Facebook is Ayan with a squiggle on the last A, Brown Carvalho. And that's it. You will find me on the social medias.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll have all of those linked in the show notes. And you want to tell us a little bit more about the jam you're hosting in June?
Well, I'm not hosting the jam in June, but yeah, 22nd of June there is From Downtown 5 years anniversary. So it will be only like ciphers, people having fun in the big room, and we have DJ Cub from Battalions and DJ Canfu, which is those. This is like a good duo of DJs. So if you like good music, if you want to have a good time, there's a basketball park just in front of the venue. Uh, there will be like a lot of things to do. Plus, it's in Paris, and it's the day of a national party, which is the music party. It's a national thing. We call it La Fête de la Musique. So the party of the music. So yeah, that's 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 it. I don't know what to say more.
That's dope. And
If you
for
guys want to come, it's in Paris, center of Paris. I will give you the link so you can put it like later on also.
okay, perfect. It'd be good. You can make a big trip out of it, actually.
Yeah. You can do something good. Paris will be pretty crowded at that time. So yeah, I think you can have a really good time in Paris that weekend. There's also an event that I'm running in November, 30th of November. There's the Vortex Jam. So that's the jam that I'm organizing with Kai, my brother, who's also part of Les Rats and From Downtown. Yeah, it's a concept battle where actually you just have to cipher like for 2 hours. The judges, they just like look for six crews. It's a 2-on-2, and the six crew that are picked up, they have a little money. Once they're picked up, they all battle each other, and once they all have battled, uh, the judges just decide who they preferred, not who won, not who won the most of the rounds. It's not about winning. It's just like who was feeling it the best that day, and that's it. And the winners, no, the best dancers of the day, that's how we call it, will receive another prize money plus some goodies. And this is, like I said, 30th of November.
Beauty. And I guess you'll have more information for me on that as well.
Yes, the event is not created yet, but we're working on it. Plus, we have the Vortex Jam since this year, UK qualifier, which is in Newcastle, and this will be in October.
Dope, man. Okay, that sounds good. All right, guys.
All right.
You've been hanging out with Aya. Sorry, is it Aya?
Ayan.
Aya.
Yeah. It's all right.
Aya.
Ayan, yeah.
All right, guys. You've been hanging out with Anya and Wolvie. Head over to indecipher.com, search Aya in the search bar, and his show notes page will come up with everything we've been talking about today. I just want to say a big, big thank you to you, man. Really
Thanks to
appreciate
you.
being on the show.
Thanks
sure.
to you. Like I said, it was my first podcast. So so yeah, I was looking forward to it. So thanks to you to inviting me.
For sure, man. You've got a very unique message, and I love it so much. And I know that when this reaches the listeners, they'll love it too. So I really, really appreciate it. And I would
Thanks a
love to
lot.
have you back on the show again. But, until then, we'll catch you in the Cypher, man.
With pleasure.
And there we have it, guys. Anya, thank you so much for joining me on the mic. Aya the Flyer. Really love this episode. I really love the way you approach battling, the crew mentality, and even just the way you dance. I really, really love it. In a way, it kind of embodies a true b-boy. Awesome. Please, please, please check him out on his Instagram at aya_carvalho, or from downtown at fromdowntown000. Check out the show notes again. We got the Vortex Jam info on there. We got Aya's info on there. And anything else he's got going on, you can find it on there. While you check him and his crew out on Instagram, be sure to check us out too at _in_the_cypher. Nice and easy. There you'll see I post everything related to the show, some behind the scenes, and other things like that. You don't want to miss it. So give us a follow on there. Comment on the photos. Comment on any photo and let me know who you want on the show next. We have really awesome conversations like this. And if you tell me who you want on the show, let me know what you want to ask this person as well. Because I can ask these great and talented B-boys and B-girls whatever question you want me to. It's a great opportunity to get your questions answered, and also a great opportunity for everyone to be able to learn from the thought leaders of our culture. Cool. I really appreciate the support, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Email is on the website. DM me on Instagram. Comment on YouTube. Anything, guys. I look at everything. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening. I really love this episode, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Take care. Bye-bye.